if I disappear after posting this, just know one thing. It wasn't a human that came into my house, and what I saw in my attic wasn't supposed to exist. I was home alone when I heard footsteps above me. Slow, heavy, deliberate. But the part that destroys my sanity every time I think about it is that the thing up there didn't just walk. It whispered my name, in my own voice. Before I begin, lock your doors, turn on a light, and subscribe to the channel because what happened afterward is something no one should face alone. It started on a Thursday evening. My parents were traveling. I had the whole place to myself. A guaranteed quiet weekend. At least. That's what I thought. I heated some leftover pasta, sat on the couch, and let the glow of the TV fill the room. Outside, the wind blew through the trees, making soft rustling sounds natural, harmless. But then came the noise that changed everything. A sharp, dragging thump directly above the living room. I froze, muted the TV, waited, then creak, creak, footsteps, clear as day. Someone was in my attic, and I wish I could tell you I reacted normally. Primera, did, and my body went cold. My lungs stopped working, and for a moment I felt like something was staring down through the ceiling at me. I stood up, slowly, every muscle shaking. Another step, another deep, heavy creak. I whispered, "Who's up there?" But the house swallowed my voice. The footsteps stopped. Everything became silent. Silence is worse than sound, because silence means it's listening. The hallway leading to the attic felt longer than usual. Narrow, dark. Like the house itself didn't want me to reach the end. I grabbed my phone, turned on the flashlight, and walked slowly, counting each breath. When I finally stood in front of the attic door, my blood went cold. The doorknob was slightly turned, as if something had touched it seconds before. I reached for it with trembling fingers, and then bang! Something slammed the floor above me. Hard. Dust rained down from the ceiling. My legs nearly gave out. I stepped back, heart pounding so loud it drowned out everything else. Then I heard it. A whisper. Right behind the door. "He's coming!" I froze. It wasn't my imagination. It wasn't the wind. That was a voice. Faint, raspy, human-like, but wrong. Twisted. I backed up until my spine hit the hallway wall. The whisper came again, clearer. "He's home." My throat closed. My hands went numb. The attic doorknob began to turn by itself. Slow, quiet, patient. Something was coming down. I ran, bolted into my bedroom, locked the door, pushed a chair under the handle. Then primera. Aitage, chest heaving, ears ringing. I heard the attic door open. Creak, then footsteps stepping out into the hallway. 1, 2. Slow, heavy. Then it stopped right outside my door. Breathing followed. But it wasn't normal breathing. It was wet, uneven, like lungs filling with liquid. I covered my mouth to keep from screaming. Then I didn't respond, didn't move, barely breathed. The creature or whatever it was stood on the other side of my door for a full minute. Then 2, then 3, just breathing, listening. My phone buzzed suddenly. A loud notification. The breathing stopped instantly. Then I heard a soft, distorted laugh, like it thought my fear was funny. Then footsteps began moving away, slow, dragging steps, toward the stairs. I waited until the hallway was completely silent. After a few minutes, I crawled to the door and pressed my ear against it. Nothing. I whispered to myself. What the hell was that? And then I made the dumbest mistake possible. I checked the hallway through the keyhole. At first, I saw nothing, just darkness. Then, a face slid into view. Not fast, not sudden. Slowly, purposefully. My face, my eyes, my skin, my expression, but wrong. Its smile stretched too wide, too forced. Its eyes had no light in them, just endless black. My heart dropped. It whispered through the keyhole. Why are you hiding from yourself? I fell backward, scrambling across the floor. A long shadow passed under the door. It stayed there, lingering, stretching unnaturally along the crack. Then the creature said, "Subscribe to the channel," mocking, repeating, studying me. Then silence. I scrubbed through hours of footage. Except now, something was standing at the end of the hallway, not moving. Just standing tall. Like it was wearing my face, not growing it. My legs nearly gave out. The video cut off, static, again. This wasn't a prank. My voice. I should have left, called someone, run. But something inside me, curiosity, stupidity, desperation. I don't know, push me toward the attic. I climbed the stairs with shaking legs. Every step creaked loudly. The attic door loomed at the end, still slightly open. Cold air leaked from inside, naturally cold, almost like a freezer. I pushed it wider, and immediately the smell hit me. Rot. Mold. wet earth, and something metallic. I lifted my flashlight. Dust filled the air. Old boxers. Cobwebs. Normal stuff. But then I saw them. Footprints. Huge ones. Too wide. I followed them, breath shaking, heart pounding so violently I thought I'd drop dead before reaching the end. In the corner sat an old mirror, one I'd never seen before. Tall. Framed in black, covered in scratches. And standing in front of it was me, or something wearing me. Its skin hung loosely. Its features twisted slightly, like a cheap, stretched mask of my face draped over something that didn't fit. It copied my movements perfectly. Every tiny shake, every breath. But its eyes never blinked. I swallowed hard. What? Do you want? The thing smiled slow, unnatural. Its voice was broken, layered, almost like multiple people speaking through a cracked speaker. I want to live. Then it lifted its hand, a long, pale hand with fingers, too many joints, and placed it against the mirror's surface. The reflection distorted, rippling like water. And then it stepped forward, out of the mirror. My entire body turned to ice. I stumbled backward, falling over a box. The creature crawled toward me, twisted limbs scraping the wooden floor. "Don't run," it whispered. "You left the door open for me." I ran, faster than I ever have in my life, down the attic stairs, through the hallway, into the living room. The creature was right behind me, its limbs bending and snapping as it moved, mimicking human motion but doing it wrong, so wrong it broke reality. I threw myself into the bathroom and slammed the door. It hit the door seconds later. Thud. Then again. And again. Each hit stronger. Faster. More desperate. Then it stopped. Complete silence. I held my breath. Then its voice slid under the door crack like smoke. "You can't hide from what you created." I froze. "Created," I whispered. The creature laughed, a horrible, wet laugh. "You talk to yourself every night. You whisper. You rehearse. You reflect. And every reflection listens." My stomach dropped. It continued. "Every mirror remembers the version of you that you try to hide. I am that version." And now its fingers slid under the door, long, pale, reaching. "I want out." I kicked its hand away and shouted for help. I screamed until my throat burned, and then as if someone had flipped a switch, everything stopped. No footsteps. No breathing. No voice. Silence. I carefully opened the door. The hallway was empty, but the mirror in the living room, the one facing the bathroom door, was cracked. From the inside, like something hit it, trying to escape. I ran outside, barefoot, shaking so hard I nearly collapsed on the driveway. Minutes later, my neighbors found me crying. I told them someone broke in. I didn't tell them the truth. No one would believe me. But that night, when I tried to sleep, I heard it again. Soft footsteps. Above me. In the attic. And a voice whispering. "Let me finish what I started, so before they go. Before I try to survive another night, subscribe to the channel. If something happens to me, you'll know why. And check your attic. Because sometimes the thing you hear walking above you isn't trying to scare you. It's trying to become you."